Shining English Reader, Class 6.
Spader 8. 6 Soldiers of Fortune.
There was once a brave soldier who finished fighting in the war, but he only received 3 coins and was sent away. He was very angry, and went into the forest. There he saw a giant man, who pulled 6 big trees out of the ground, like they were tiny plants. The soldier walked up to him and asked, "Will you be my helper and travel with me?" The giant answered, "Sure, let me just drop these logs off at my parents' house first." He tied all 6 trees together, put them on his shoulder, and carried them away easily. Soon he came back, and the 2 men started their journey together. The soldier proudly said, "Just the 2 of us are strong enough to fight the whole world." They walked a little further, and met a huntsman, who was kneeling on one knee, and taking careful aim with his rifle. The leader asked him, "Huntsman, what are you aiming at?" The huntsman answered, 2 miles from here, there sits a fly on the branch of an oak tree, and I am going to shoot it right in the left eye." The leader said, "Oh, come along with me. 3 of us together can stand against the whole world." The huntsman was very happy, and went with him. They walked a little further, and saw a man sitting up in a tree, holding one nostril, and blowing with the other. The leader asked him, "Now then, what are you doing up there?" The man answered, 2 miles from here, there are 7 windmills, and I am blowing so hard that they are all going round." The leader cried out, "Oh, go with me. 4 of us together can stand against the world." They walked further, and found a man standing on one leg, while his other leg was lying near him. The leader asked him, "You seem to have a strange way of resting yourself." The runner answered, "I am a runner, and I took off one leg to keep myself from going too fast, because when I run with both, I go faster than a bird can fly." The leader cried out, "Oh, go with me. 5 of us together may well stand against the world." They walked further, and met a man wearing a little hat, placed just over one ear. The leader told him, "With your hat like that, you look like a fool." The man answered, "I dare not put it straight. If I did, there would be such a terrible frost, that the birds would be frozen, and fall dead from the sky to the ground." The leader said, "Oh, come with me. We 6 together may well stand against the whole world." The 6 friends walked on, until they came to a town, where the king had made an announcement. Whoever could run a race with his princess and win, would become her husband. The leader stepped forward, and said that one of his men would run for him. When everything was settled, the leader called the runner, and strapped his second leg back onto him. He told him, "Now, look out, and take care that we win." The rules were clear. The one who brought water first from a distant brook, would be declared the winner. The princess and the runner each took a pitcher, and they started at the exact same time. But in a single moment, even though the princess had gone only a very little way, the runner was completely out of sight, moving as fast as a rushing wind. Soon he reached the brook, filled his pitcher with water, and turned back again. Meanwhile, the king's daughter, who was actually a very fast runner, had reached the brook and filled her pitcher too. As she hurried back, she managed to trick the runner, tripping him and emptying his pitcher. The runner saw his empty pitcher, and saw the king's daughter far ahead on her way home. Not losing courage, he ran swiftly back to the brook, filled his pitcher again, and still managed to arrive home 10 minutes before the king's daughter. He proudly said, "Look at that. This is the first time I actually stretched my legs. Before this, it was not even worth calling running." The king was angry, and thought of a clever trick. He led the 6 friends into a special room, where the floor was made of iron. The doors were made of iron, and the windows had iron frames and heavy bolts. Inside the room, there was a table filled with expensive and delicious food. The king told them, "Now, go in there and make yourselves comfortable." As soon as they went inside, the king had the doors locked and bolted shut. Then he called his cook, and ordered him to make a huge fire underneath the room, so that the iron floor would become red hot. The cook did as he was told, and the 6 men soon began to feel the room getting very warm. As the heat grew greater and greater, and they found all the doors and windows locked tight, they realized it was an evil plan by the king to suffocate them. The man with the little hat smiled and said, "He shall not succeed. I will bring on a frost that shall make the fire feel ashamed of itself, and creep calm." He set his hat straight on his head, and immediately, there came such a freezing frost, that all the heat completely disappeared, and the food froze right inside the dishes. After an hour or two had passed, the king thought they must have all perished in the heat, and went to check on them. When the door flew open, there they were, all quite safe and sound. They told the king, "We are ready to come out now. The great cold of this room simply caused our food to freeze in the dishes." The king began to realize that these 6 men could not be easily defeated or gotten rid of. So, he sent for the leader, and said to him, "If you give up your right to my daughter, and take gold instead, you may have as much as you like." The leader answered, "Certainly, my lord king. Just let me have as much gold as my servant can carry, and I will gladly give up all claim to your daughter." The leader sent the strong man, whom he had met first. The king looked out, and cried in absolute terror, "Who is this immense fellow carrying on his shoulder a sack as big as a house?" thinking about how much gold he was about to lose. Finally, 7,000 wagons loaded with gold, collected from across the entire kingdom, were driven up. The strong man threw all the wagons into his sack, oxen and all. Then he hoisted it easily on his back, and went off with his comrades. When the king saw all the wealth of his realm carried away by a single man, he was full of wrath. He immediately ordered his army to chase after them and get the gold back. 2 regiments quickly caught up, and called out to them, "Hand over the sack, or be taken prisoner and put in jail." The man who could blow stepped forward, and said, "Prisoners, say you? Suppose you first have a little dance together in the air, holding one nostril, and blowing through the other." He sent the entire army flying head over heels, over the hills, and far away. When the king received the message about what had happened, he finally learned his lesson and said, "Let the fellows be. They have some right on their side." So the 6 comrades carried their great treasure home, divided it fairly among themselves, and lived happily and contentedly until the end of their days.